Chip here, recapping the NFL Sunday slip I sent out. We had Nick Chubb, Perrin, and Smith. Look at these beautiful reads on Chubb and Perrin, way under both of their rush yard lines, and unfortunately Roquan Smith could not get the 9.5 tackles assist done for us. Proves me right. One time I tried to take an over in the slip and switch up the tactic. It just doesn't go through. Honestly, the books had the over, the tools had the over as a heavy favorite. I believe some books even had him at 10.5, so no tactic there. We just have to follow the direction of the tools. Very unfortunate we couldn't cash out this all NFL slip. Hey, there's always next week, there's always next Sunday, and there's always a fresh slate today. So that's what we're gonna get into on a nice Monday NBA slate. Switch up back to our bread, and here as always I am using the tools from Parlayers. We got the player prop optimizer and the sharp money tool. The optimizer comparing the Prizepicks lines back to other apps like Underdog, DraftKings Pick 6, and Better Pick, similar competitors to Prizepicks. We just added the Better Picks tab here, so this is going to be more confidence for us to get in a play, whether they have a data entry here or not. That's to be determined depending on the pick. But yeah, that does it for the optimizer. And then we got the sharp money tool where we have peer-to-peer exchanges like Novig and Prizepicks, just to see where the sharp bettors are placing their money, which lines we can follow their directions on, so we can have even more confidence on top of following the house's prediction. So with that being said, we're going to get into it a bit later in the day, so a lot of the value I already had to secure for the VIP slips. If you guys are interested in joining the VIP, the link to that will be in the description of this video, where I just post all the slips with all the direct links to tails. So all you have to do is click that link, and then you could just put it for whatever app we're betting on. So Prizepicks, Underdog, Pick 6, whatever it is. And all you have to do is sit back and trust the data and the units over time. I believe we're just about 260 units in half a year, which is absolutely insane. So if you were betting even, let's say, $100 a slip, you would be up $26,000 because it's plus 260 units. So pretty insane when you think about it like that. Again, it's for anybody available to join. The link will be in the description of this video. So now we can get into the good part of the videos, as always, creating the slips and explaining why the picks we're taking are so valuable and so edged to our favor. And right away, I'm on this note tab here on the sharp money tool. I do like this Klay Thompson play. Assist line under 1.5. He's a green play, minus 135 market consensus favorite. His over is a plus 125. So sharp bettors on Novig offering this over at plus money. Obviously, we do not want to be on this direction, and neither do they. They're just offering the lines. Doesn't mean they're placing their money there. They most likely want to be on his favored under, which is what Parlayers is saying is his favorite direction. So that's an agreement, and I could just check the optimizer cross-reference, kind of using both these tools as a 1-2 punch. That's kind of my favorite strategy to do. I usually start off with the sharp money tool, and if there's value there, and then I cross-reference with the optimizer to see if this line is offered elsewhere. And as you see here, all empty data entries in the Underdog, Pick 6, and Better Picks column, meaning that we're getting full value on this Klay Thompson under, and it can be considered an exclusive play to Prizepicks, because if you go on these other apps and try to find this exact line for full value, you will not, or else our tool would have had a line for them that popped up here. That's not the case, so we could just roll with it on Prizepicks. Again, if it is still up, hopefully it is, to start off our slip. It is beautiful, so we could start off with Klay under 1.5 dimes, and we could keep it rolling here. I'm just checking the Novig tab. I'll switch over to the Prizepicks tab, and we'll see if there's anything. Okay, I'll come back to this. There's not too much green, not too much value. I was checking the optimizer a bit earlier, and it looks like there was a lot of picks coming out from this one. So I'm gonna see if we could get anything nice right away. Might come back to this purple play here, and I'll explain why. This Elliott Cadeau play in a college basketball game, so we're switching it up a bit. It's not going to be a full NBA slip today because I really do like this play on Cadeau. I'm going to put all my reference books and then see if they're offered anywhere else. His line's not offered anywhere else, and you could see here that the two books that we do have data for him on, BetMGM and Fliff, both have his line at 10.5. So we're already getting a 1-point discrepancy, which is the world of difference in any sport that we're playing. So NBA 1 point, that would be like him making or missing a free throw, and that's the kind of room that we're working with. That's why we get an edge on these plays, because they're offering his line at 10.5, and we see here we're getting full value for taking his under 1 point higher at 11.5. So I could just toss that in the slip here. Let me see if Cadeau's still on the board. That's beautiful. I could check his alternate lines, and this is exactly what I wanted to see. So his nearest Goblin line is going to be 9.5. That he's a favorite to go for 12 or less points because they got his Demon at 12.5. So the fact that we get a nearer Demon prop than a nearer Goblin prop, right? Because 12.5 to 11.5 is less. It's only 1 point off. Then 9.5 to 11.5, that would be 2 points off. The fact that we're getting it closer to the demon line and we're taking it under gives us even more confidence. Just more tricks, kind of things that you learn by playing Prizepicks, as long as I have. So I'm just sharing out that with you guys. If you take it or leave it, take it as you want. I'm kind of just seeing where Prizepicks is pricing their line without giving an actual odds to hit. So that's what I would say for that. And yeah, we're gonna roll with 2 unders for now. You guys know how much I love my unders. So unfortunate that over chalked us for that Roquan Smith play in the NFL slip. But if the tool says it's an over and they really like it, we gotta go overs. Even though, just from my experience, and you guys are seeing mostly from the slips that you're playing from these videos, a lot of value will be on the unders for whatever reason. There's no really explanation for that. It's just, if you just take the pure volume of plus EV picks from the tool, you're gonna see that a lot of the times the under is the way to go. What I am liking this Mathurin play, and I think that's the one I'm gonna go with. So plus 128, it's not there. Plus 128, plus 139. So I'm just gonna very quickly go through this Mathurin play so I can finish off the slip finally. It's gonna be Mathurin from this Pacers game, rebounds under 5. It is a push prop. Again, as always, when you're looking for a push prop, meaning a prop that's ending in 0.0 or it's just clean even prop, no 0.5. It's no 0.5, it just ends in 0.0. So you're gonna see them as whole numbers as you see on the screen here. And I look for this juice here, this minus line in our Parlayers consensus column. The only reason I'm looking for that is because it's a push line. So if you see minus here, this is basically telling us that the consensus of the books are charging us 3 cents on the dollar for Rin to finish with 4 or less rebounds. And obviously that outcome would green out our play. And then worst case, he finishes with 5 rebounds on the nose, which he is favored to do by the market. That's why it's a push at 5. So what, we grade the pick and it just reverts down to the nearest payout. And I'm talking about the slip here. So I do like the insurance that we get at the 5. I do like to target these push props. So it's nice that it's at the top of our sharp money tool. And if I just go across the market, you see here why the consensus or the average is minus 103. And you just go across, you see 1, 2, I should do this, 1, 2, 3, 4 books, all having juice pushing downwards towards this 4 or less rebounds. And this is our desired outcome to green out this pick. This is going to be enough for me to play it. And as always, I just cross-reference with the optimizer. And as you can see here, the only book that is offering his line at full value, if you take his favored under direction, is also Better Picks. So if you want to play it there, it would also be a plus EV play on that platform. So with that being said, I will get this in as our last pick. So it's going to be 2 NBA picks and 1 college basketball pick. And we are reverting back to that all under slip. I'll just check his alternate lines once again. And this is exactly what I'm talking about one more time. So you see how we did the nearest goblin, nearest demon kind of trick with Kado, the Kado pick. We're going to do the same thing with Mathurin here. And as you see, his nearest goblin from his regular line 5 is to 3.5. So that's a 1.5 jump. And if you see his nearest demon is 5.5, so that's only a 0.5 jump from his regular 5 line. So what does that tell us? The nearest goblin jump is bigger than the nearest demon jump, and that's good because we're taking an under. So when they give us a demon here, it's because Prizepicks is telling us that he's favored to go for 5 or less, and that's exactly what we played here. We got him at 5 on the nose, and we're taking his less. So we are also on the favored side in agreement with Prizepicks. Another little trick to keep in mind when you're going through these plays, right? And I should mention also that Prizepicks and Better Picks are one of the couple platforms that offer these push lines, like the lines at 0.0 or just at whole numbers. So this is another thing that we could attack when we're on Prizepicks, is getting these push lines for full value, something I've been doing for a long time on this app. So just to recap, we got the Klay Thompson under 1.5 assists. It's only offered on Prizepicks for full value, so I would not play this anywhere else where you're getting discounted. The Elliott, multiple books have him at 10.5, which is big confidence for us because we're getting that 11.5. Again, probably his highest projection on the market that we could bet the under on. And we get this Mathurin play at 5, probably the best push line out right now on the tool that we could take his under on. I believe Siakam's playing also, so that's going to be good to rival for the Pacers rebound duties. So we kind of just have to hope that Siakam takes care of the glass in this game, and that Mathurin doesn't have too many rebounds to bring down and chalk this line here. So we will go with his under there as the favorite play, and this is going to round off our 6x slip. It's going to be a plus 5 unit play when it hits. As always, I'm limited to $5 on this account. You guys are more than welcome to put more down. Just don't empty out your whole bankroll on one slip. With that being said, I will wrap up the video. Thank you guys for all the recent support, and if you guys want again to join the VIP or even get access to the tools for yourself so you can run them and play around with them 24/7 on your own time, links to everything will be in the description of this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy and have a good one.